punches in the ring, flying round for round, who's the undisputed king? Pound for pound, the fight is over. Let's get to talking. Sit back and listen to Beefy's Boxing.
Welcome to Mr. Beefy's Boxing, or just Beefy's Boxing, where we cover all kinds of boxing news and boxing subjects, where we have the meats by the pounds and covers the fights by the rounds. Before we jump into the video, be sure to like and subscribe so we can get the channel out to as many as possible. Now, on to today's topic. So The Truth has been doing some rounds with his, upcoming fight with Zoo, so he's doing some media talks, and he spoke about his, previous fight with Crawford, and about the camp and all that stuff, and about how Crawford deserves the win. He says, "Regardless, Bud was disciplined and he deserved and earned his W." Spence clarified that his comments were not intended to diminish Crawford's performance, and he continued to say, he wasn't capping on it, in training camp, and training camp was trash at the end of the day. He went on to reveal that he had not sparred for an extended period before the fight. He continues to say that there were tactical areas in his training that weren't addressed during his preparation for Crawford. He goes on and says, "We ain't done none of that in training camp. It was a lot of stuff that could have been done different or could have been prevented. Even if I wasn't sparring like that, we could have prevented a lot of things that shouldn't have happened." He continues to give more details and says, "Ask anybody who was in the Vegas gym. They didn't see me sparring. Ain't nobody see me sparring. Baby, 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, I didn't spar 6 weeks out, brother." He also disclosed that he was suffering an injury during the camp, saying, "I had to get a cortisone shot in my ribs because my ribs were hurting." In another interview, he says this about Derrick James and the whole sparring partner. He says, "Nope, no conversations with Derrick James about how to go about the fight. That camp was bullshit. I did no sparring. The guys didn't fit. I had no southpaws in there to spar. It was all out of whack. I was basically living wrong, even out of camp. You've got to live right. So once you get in camp, everything is cool. Derrick's job is to pick sparring partners, right? He's the teacher, right? We were just working the mitts. You would have think he would put some gloves on and have me blocking shots, but it was none of that. I was just feeling weak, depleted. Even if I worked out, I feel like I wasn't getting stronger. The whole camp, it was just a whole messed up situation." Usually when a fighter says anything like that, I wouldn't believe any of it. But the fact that Errol and Derrick have went through some legal issues and, it's been pretty bad, it seems like, for a minute between those two, I kind of believe them. Usually a fighter who's bullshitting will say that and nothing will come out of it, and, they'll stay with the trainer and all that. But, Spence, he kind of made a statement with that. Regardless, though, Crawford had his number. There was no way he was ever going to beat Crawford. And it sucks to hear about Derrick James, just because I think it was like 2021 or 2022. I had him as trainer of the year. He was on fire. He was doing great. And this came out. He also had some issue with Garcia also. So, maybe there is some issues there. Either way, I can't wait to see Errol back in the ring. Let me know below. What do you think? Well, that was the final bell. The video is coming to an end. Before we end the video, I gotta say one more time, thank you so much for watching. Remember, everybody, it's all about attitude. There is no progress without struggle, so stay in there. I've been your host, Mr. Beefy, and you all have been fantastic.
Sit back and listen to the beef.